What is up, YouTube? Back for another video on the 24 Bronco. Today we're going to be ditching this lame stock intake and installing the full K&N Cold Air Intake. Alright guys, so I am super excited for this video. I've had this part for about a month, but I wanted to wait until I did the first oil change and did the break-in on this. So I just installed the boiler exhaust yesterday and I cannot wait any longer. So we're going to put the K&N Cold Air Intake on. Due to the wind noise today though, I'm just going to time-lapse the video and do a full voiceover for you so that you don't have to listen to wind noise. So without further ado, let's get all of this taken off. Let's get the K&N intake on and let's hear how she sounds. So to start, you're going to want to remove everything, lay it out so you can see what parts you're working with. Once you do that, you're going to remove your CCV hose in the front, get that out of the way, and disconnect the coolant hose from the side of the air box. Then I removed the bolt that hold the air box to the fender, took out the front push pin for the intake duct, loosened up the hose clamp, and I took out the air box. From there, I took out the intake air temp sensor, set that aside. You're going to need it. And then I started working on the hose clamp that secured the intake tube to the turbo. I removed the wastegate cover, and then I was able to take the entire intake tube off after I removed the bypass valve hose with the two clamps. From there, then you're going to want to take off that top connector that's on the top with the orange piece there. It's very hard to get off. You're going to break tabs on it. There's nothing you can do about it, but luckily they send you a whole new hose with fittings, so it doesn't really matter. You can pretty much just set that aside. You're going to remove your other evap hose fitting down below, just depress the clips, and then you can take the whole assembly out. Next, you're going to take off the clamps on the factory bypass valve hose, and you're going to install that on the new bypass valve hose that they provide. Then you're going to install the grommets and all the fittings in the new K&N intake tube that they provide. Sometimes you do need to use a little bit of water or some type of lubricant to get them to properly sit in there and allow the fittings in, because they can be a little stubborn. Then you install the intake air temp sensor and the new evap ejector fitting that goes in the bottom. Just be careful with that. Some guys have had a problem with it breaking before, so I did wrap a few layers of electrical tape around it to help keep it sturdy. Then I installed the coupler on the intake tube, attached the bypass hose, and then I built the new CCV hose and attached that to the valve cover. Then we made our way back to the air box, installed the new air filter adapter with the two supplied screws. Then from there, I made sure that the hose clamp was tight on the new air filter adapter and brought it under the hood where we snugged it up to the new K&N intake tube. From there, I used the new bolt and attached the air box to the fender. Then I rehooked up the blow-off valve hose, your evap hose. You're going to plug in your intake air temp sensor. You're going to reinstall the CCV hose. You're going to use the provided zip tie with the push pin-like attachment to move the coolant hose and attach it to the air box. Then you're going to want to install your new air filter as well as the new lid. And then you're just going to want to do a quick once over on all your connections. Make sure that all your hose clamps are tight. Everything that needs to be plugged in is plugged in. And once you've checked all your work, then you know it's time to sit back, enjoy, start her up, and hear how she sounds. All right, guys, so there you have it. The install is all done. Not gonna lie, it was actually a total there's just so many little pieces and parts and random clips, and this type of clip is different from this type of clip, which is different from that type of clip, which was different than this clip and different than that one. So there was just a lot going on. K&N actually forgot to send me the hose clamp for the filter. Got all the other ones, forgot the giant one for the filter. So I used a big zip tie for now, which held it nice and secure. And now I'm going to call K&N, try to get a new filter. So for now, hopefully that holds. But we got everything connected. These clips are an absolute nightmare. You're pretty much going to break it. You need to use a 90-degree pick to try to get underneath it and pop it out. But you're pretty much going to break part of that orange piece there, and it is what it is. So it comes with all new fittings, so it doesn't really matter. Everything else is connected. And we're going to start her up now, see how she sounds, check for any leaks, and make sure it's all good. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps anybody who's interested in this product, and let's see how she sounds.
Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must come.